What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, man. Hey man, y'all caught me in my dress attire. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my real cowboy, my classic cowboy on. You know what I'm talking about? We don't do ties, man. It's 2019. But yo, man, it is your boy West Coast, man. And a lot of people ahead of this Detroit game have been hitting me up and they have been asking me, West Coast, what do we have to do to alleviate this starting slow rut that the Dallas Cowboys are in right now? And what I did, man, because, you know, I watched a ton of film, but I was a defensive guy growing up, you know what I'm saying? Played a lot of mostly DB, you know what I'm saying, like my boy Boss Cowboy. So I reached out to my one of my old he young, but he old, you know what I'm saying? One of my old coaches, Coach AJ, you know what I'm saying, out there in Kansas. And I asked him a question, man, like, yo, coach, man, what do we do to stop these slow starts? And we had a really interesting conversation.
The first thing coach said is, man, the Dallas Cowboys got to change their mentality, their first quarter mentality. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, man, the Dallas Cowboys, for whatever reason, they're blazing hot, on fire in the fourth quarter and even in the third quarter. Well, whatever that mentality it is, whatever that speech that they're giving them to get them all motivated, they need to give them that speech in the first quarter. The Dallas Cowboys need to go into the mentality into this first quarter is that, no, we don't have a second quarter, we don't have a third quarter, we don't have a fourth quarter. This is the only quarter we have to win this game. The Dallas Cowboys need to get back in a mentality of winning 4 quarters, not winning the game. Win 4 quarters, because we all know if you win the 4 quarters, each individual quarter with the most points, guess what? At the end of the game, you will be the team with the most points. So the Dallas Cowboys need to get back to the days of winning each quarter and making sure that we're starting off aggressive in that first quarter. Second thing we need to do also is the Dallas Cowboys play calling wise. We need to draw more. We need to call more draws and more screens. The reason why we need to call more draws and more screens in the first quarter is because of this. At the beginning of the game, when you call a draw or a screen, those are plays where you're trying to fool the linebackers. A lot of times linebackers come out overly aggressive, especially when they know they're playing a guy like Ezekiel Elliott. Why? Because they want to fill that gap. So you got to run plays like draws and screens. Why? Because it's a delay. So it makes sure the linebacker think before he automatically reacts. A lot of times we're running plays that are just one-step play where literally the linebacker, all he has to do is take one step to fill the gap. If we start running more draws and more screens, then what you're going to do is you're going to find that linebackers are going to have to stand there and think for a minute before they can actually react. And guess what that does? That creates more space, and it allows that great offensive line that we're paying for, 33% of your cap to be exact, it helps them get into position to create those holes for Zeke to go through. So the second thing we need to do is, man, we need to integrate some better play calling into our play calls in the first quarters to move these linebackers so that we can get better average in play. Third, the Dallas Cowboys need to take the training wheels off of Dak Prescott and allow this man to make hot calls and reads inside the red zone. Because we got to be honest with you guys, Dak Prescott and this offense, they're the closest to the red zone than the coaches. Why? Because they're physically on the field. And I think sometimes when you don't allow your quarterback to make those types of calls and adjustments in the red zone to see those last things, you limit what he's doing. Why? Because the defense might be showing one thing and he might be able to see another thing. So third thing the Dallas Cowboys have to do is we have to give Dak Prescott and allow him the ability to change plays in and around the red zone when it is most conducive to what we're trying to do on the field. I think if we're able to do that, you're going to have a third play caller on the field, someone who can see plays before they happen and then execute. And what I also believe is Dak, being a guy who's currently has 21 touchdowns for the Dallas Cowboys, I think that he'll probably just run the ball and will probably just score. That's typically what he does. And I'm 100% okay with it. So Dallas Cowboys, give the opportunity to Dak Prescott to make the right call. Last and final thing we need to do, and this is more like on the defense. Hot boys, we need your help. Currently, right now, the Dallas Cowboys are getting outscored 55-27 in the first quarter. That is absolutely ridiculous. Think about this. Last year, there was a time at the last 8 games of the season where we literally did not allow one touchdown in the first quarter of a game. So imagine this, and our offense was still scoring. Hot boys, we need you guys to get back to that, because even if Brett Maher just makes 2 field goals in the first quarter, guess what? We're still up 6-0. The end of the game is to win each quarter. If you win 3 quarters 99% of the time, you will win the game. You don't even got to win all 4 quarters. Just win 3 of them, and 99% of the time, you will win the game. So Hot boys, we need your help in that first quarter to get it hot all over again, and help our offense out by not allowing opposing teams to score in that first quarter. You guys already know what it is. Shout out to Coach AJ, and appreciate you guys. Never look down, because the star's up. Peace.